Steve and Terry Show coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio where we did dodge the tornado. I'm going to say that all 6 podcasts today. We dodged a tornado.
And I didn't even see
and you
it
didn't,
or know it
you
coming.
slept through the whole thing. Our radios were pinging nonstop. Fenland Falls was pinging nonstop. And I thought, well, and apparently environmentalists, the Canadian whatever agency is responsible for determining whether a tornado touched ground or not, they're in Fenland Falls adjudicating the damage.
Oh, okay.
So there was something. I didn't see it. I was ready.
There's a lot of things we don't see that are out there, Terry.
Okay, is this going to the Epstein? I mean, the UFO files.
Both files.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things we haven't seen. All right, what have you heard the latest on the UFO that Trump is supposed to be releasing? I don't know, 1 million pages of something. I don't know.
Supposed to be releasing earth-shattering stuff, but I think he sits on it until he needs it. And then he's given us the same crap we've seen, all along. I mean, it's amazing if it's true. But again, if it's true, so they can say anything they want. It's like my brother Bobby said. No, when the aliens want to contact us, they're not going to ask our permission.
And they're not going to show up at the White House lawn and say, take me to your leader.
Yeah, it won't be the White House lawn.
So there's nothing new that you've seen?
No, I just heard an interview there's a new series coming out, I think, Disclosure coming out. There's
a movie.
Well, I'm going to see the movie for sure, but I think I'll be disappointed personally, other than I get to look at Emily Blunt.
Okay. So the movie's coming out, but there is, I think you're right.
A documentary, I think.
Either a documentary or a series. It would be a great thing to have a new X-Files called Disclosure.
Well, there would. I listened to the couple of guys. I don't know if we mentioned it last week when I was here, but they're both actually religious guys, but they're not flaunting their religion at all. I think they're Catholic. Because I think they were just simply asked that question. What do you think?
So what are you saying? They're not religious?
No, but they're not doing the investigation on anything
on a spiritual basis.
That. And I think they indicated, I might be wrong, that this isn't going to. They're like me. It's not going to change my mind.
No,
I think there's something out there. I personally do. And of course, the scriptures, the whole strong delusion, which God warned about. Okay, so put that aside. But some of the things they said I found was very interesting. For instance, we remember the Tic Tac incident, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, San Diego?
Well, the guy that just wasn't a jet pilot. He was a commander.
Yeah.
He actually organized flights and everything, and he had about enough battling these Tic Tacs. And this guy really knows his stuff. And him and many other people, they just simply presented it. They're all lying. All of them are lying. The commanders on the boats, everybody's lying. Why? There's no reason for it. So there's something there, whatever that is.
The thing that gets me still is that there are no clear images.
They say there's all kinds of clear images, they're being withheld.
Yeah.
They're too earth-shattering. But he said,
if there's a little green guy waving and giving you the middle finger, then I will believe it.
They had some scientific reasons behind it that they thought. He said one is they're traveling at unbelievable speeds. Shooting up into the air, like right into the hemisphere in 2 seconds, like right out of our atmosphere in 2 seconds. And even the folding, which they believe it is a folding of space. They fold it, and they're traveling with such a concussion around themselves that nothing can penetrate. That's why there's no splash. Everything else is meaningless. It's just them going through it.
I do like that new explanation for what's happening. Whatever is inside the craft, they are shielded from the forces external to the craft.
All around
so
it,
we perceive it objectively looking at that thing, that it's doing Mach whatever and going at right angles, and that's impossible. Your flesh would tear from your bones, and you'd be a puddle in the bottom of the spacecraft. But it's not true. They're warping space time or something, and they feel nothing inside.
Yeah, and thus traveling a billion light years, nothing's going to hit them. They're protected by this bubble of concussion. They're just immune to it. Yeah. And it made some, like, I can't explain it like they did, but it made some sense to me.
What are you saying? We're not rocket scientists?
And they weren't even saying that this is it, but these guys are experts. These two guys talking, they've worked on this stuff for, like, one guy, I think 17 years in a certain department. They're older guys. They don't look flashy. They're just sort of really talking matter of fact.
Is that the Luis Elizondo or whatever?
No, it's none of the guys you and I have seen.
None of the ones who testified at Congress?
Yeah, none of the guys you and I have seen. They're just guys saying, here's the data, here's what we found, here's what we believe, from the data we've collected. And you'll have to watch it. I think it's just called Disclosure, but it might be... The movie's called Disclosure Day, isn't it?
I think it's just called Disclosure.
No, it's Disclosure Day, I think.
Okay.
And then this is just either Disclosure or it is the time of disclosure, something like that. And it seemed interesting to me. Part of the reason it seems interesting to me is because there's I've said it 1,000 times, Terry, nobody's coming out of those backroom meetings. Not one is coming out and saying there's nothing here to see.
No, even Obama. Even Obama.
There's nothing. And the biggest whistleblower on this one was Trump himself, not even knowing it. When he was told, Obama said that there are aliens, and Trump said he can't say that. That is classified information. You just admitted it.
Yep.
There's something there. There's entities there. Not just this and that. There's entities there because he was addressing that. And that's why I believe, I made a prediction, that there's going to be full disclosure within 3 years.
Maybe that's the title of the movie.
Yep. There's going to be full disclosure within 3 years or no disclosure at all, ever.
Okay, so we're going to have to keep podcasting for the next 3 years. I hope you're healthy.
Well, we will. And the reason I believe that is because Trump is too egomaniac. He's going to be the president. If there's something to release, it's got to be the Trump files. Gosh. It's just got to be the Trump files.
The day the world stood still or the earth stood still, he wants to be the president who goes out. He wants to be the... Jack Nicholson who has the aliens on Mars attacks?
And the thing is,
good luck to you.
What arrogance, that you think they're going to come to you. What arrogance. And another thing they said that I really liked, he said, look, you look out in your backyard. Because they were saying, why aren't we seeing them? Why aren't they around us? He says, you look out in your backyard, there's billions of ants, billions of little creatures crawling around, billions. You don't give them a second thought. You don't think of them for a minute while you're passing by. You just don't think of them. But all of a sudden, they found a way to occupy your home.
Yeah, no.
And he's saying there was a big increase of sightings and visitations when the first nuclear test took place. Then the rockets going up, they're saying, no. There's one thing about you being down there and we just travel around you, whatever they're doing. It's a different thing if you figured out a way to get where we are. We can't have that. And why would you want us, Terry? Just think about it logically. We're violent. We cannot have peace among each other. Everything we invent, we turn into a weapon.
But if we are the ants, Jim.
Well, that's what he was trying to say. So all you got to do, and this might be a good reason why there seems to be so levels of civilization. You notice that? Maybe it's because they're the ones knocking us back down so that we can still live, we can still go on, but you're getting knocked down.
Here's your theory of empires and why they come and go, and we seem to be dark ages.
And they're buried. Like it's really a worldwide devastation. And at the same time, just like now, the world is exactly the same in Russia, China. It's all high-rise buildings, driving cars. It's all the same. Well, any earlier civilization, that's why your pyramids are all over. It's all the same. It's just like it was modern then. It was the modern times then. So I like that idea. It's just the
thing. Poet, the songwriter, the creative person in you loves that stuff. For me, I'm the skeptic.
And I could go into a different thing about creation because I do believe God created and everything and what have you. And I do believe the garden, Adam and Eve, was again maybe a restart of humanity. I'm not saying even all those other civilizations were fully humanity. but maybe God intervened into that world, right? And I know even scientists now are starting to divide the waters. They're not saying the Earth got waters from meteors or anything else. They're starting to say, no, it was here, and it had to be divided from below and above. And I thought that was interesting. I watched that yesterday.
Oh, I haven't seen that, so send me the link.
Oh, I won't send it because it's gone.
Oh.
It was in the middle of a hockey, third period intermission or something.
Third period, go Montreal.
Yeah, they won.
They survived Buffalo, so who are they playing now?
Well, no, right now they're playing Buffalo.
No, they're out. Buffalo's out. Canadians won.
That was the first game, I think, Terry.
No, they've passed Buffalo. Who are they playing now?
Oh, was that the last? Oh, yeah.
They're in the semis now.
Oh, my goodness. So they're,
Is it Carolina Hurricanes?
Okay. It'd be Carolina. Yeah, you're right.
Good luck with that.
My mind went.
Our minds, they're finite and limited.
So we're in the semis now.
We're in the semis. Good luck,
too.
Montreal. Vive le Québec libre. No, vive le Canadien.
So their second game's tonight.
I guess so. Jim and Terry Show signing off. Bye-bye for now. Okay, let's... It's complicated, this relationship I have with my morning coffee. It's from the way that I